Hey there. I just wanted to check in with you guys. This is Mr. Kimber, and I had sent this homework yesterday, but there were a few people that wanted a little clarification on it. And basically, what I'm going to do is just explain what they're trying to do here versus what they want you to do down here. Now, the idea is that each time you're doing this, so this is 20 times that. There's actually a 0 in the ones place, so anything multiplied by that is going to be 0. You don't need to worry about multiplying the 0 here. So you'll just start with the 20. And basically each one, when you start out, like 20 minus 2, or 20, 20 times 2, that's what this equation is right here. That becomes 40. 20 times 3 then becomes 20 times 3, which equals 600. And then 20 times 1, or 20 times 100, since it's 1 in the hundreds place, that becomes 2,000. And then they just add those together. So let me show you what it kind of wants you to do down here, because it shows it a little bit here, but it can be kind of confusing moving from the example to the actual fillable part. So this is the equation 253 times 34. What it's saying is that it's breaking up the 30 and the 4 into two different sides, because what you're going to do is you'll multiply 253 times 30, and then you'll do 253 times 4. So that basically, it just makes it a little bit easier once you get this number kind of by itself. It's the same idea with that box model, is like when you separate the numbers, like if I pull 3 out of 34, it becomes 30. If I pull 4 out of 34, it's 4. And that can just make it a little more simple when you're multiplying. So what it looks like down here in the fillable part is they did the first one for you where it's 30 times 3. And they filled that in, 30 times 3. So the next one you get is 30 times 5. Or 5 in the tens place, which is actually 50. And when you do 30 times 50, all you really have to do is that 3 times 5, which gives you 15. And then the 2 zeros you add on at the end. Ideally, I would be, and I should just fix that now. I should be always lining up by place value. So if I put these zeros here first, it'll be easier for me to track. So I had the 2 zeros, the one from 30, the one from 50, that's right there, and then 15 from 3 times 5. Then the next one I'm going to do is 3 times 2 in the hundreds place, which looks like 30, times 2 in the hundreds place. 2 in the hundreds place is worth 200. Once again, all I do is I multiply 3 times 2, which is 6. But I want to get these zeros over there. Let's get those zeros over there first. I have 3 zeros, so I want to keep them in line. Three zeros, and then 3 times 2 is 6. All right. And if I add those together, that's 0. 9 plus 0 plus 0 is 9. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 1 plus 6 is 7. So as you can see, that 7,590 comes right there. And this guy right here is most likely from there. It's coming from over here. And so you'll do the same thing. It's 4 times 3. You do the first equation, 4 times 3. Then you do 4 times 5, which is actually 5 in the tens place, which is 50. And then 4 times 2 in the hundreds place, which is 200. Go through. This is 12. 4 times 5. We need to put that 0 over here first, remember? And then we multiply the 4 and 5, which is 20. And then we got those 2 zeros again. Make sure we put those in there. And then 4 times 2 is 8. And you start to add 2. 1 plus 0 plus 0. And 2 plus 8. And we have 1012, just like they have over here. See that? So 1012 plus this. That's what they want to figure out. What I suggest is stacking it. Not so wild like my writing here. Maybe with your own handwriting it'd be a little bit better. Mine's a little wonky with this using the mouse, but 1, 0, 1, 2. All right. And then you're just dropping down to atoms. So, whoops. 2 right there. When it becomes 10, you leave the 0 there and carry the 1 over. 1 plus 5 is 6. And finally, 7 plus 1 is 8. All right, and that should be good for that. The next one is just showing the box model version where they've already put the problems out for you. It wants you to add the first column here. So the first column is the one with the 30. So they have, 200 times 30, 50 times 30, 3 times 30. And then the second column is, 200 times 4, 50 times 4, and then 3 times 4, and then you're just writing those answers in here. Once again, if you just stack all those answers and add it that way, it may be a little bit easier, but it's just walking you through that process. Hopefully that's helpful. If you need any extra tips or anything, feel free to reach out, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.